shoot up out the mud. I'm still on that, like.
Hey, listen.
I'm still ready to go to a 1 bedroom. I'm gonna do it because I know my level of growth. It's kind of hard to have people, you know, want your house so bad and you're not being able to do bigger and better and bigger and better. That's it. Like, it was strictly about.
We live, ain't we, Miss P?
Cheers, it's your boy C.O. McLean, Noadvisory Podcast.
Man, fuck
that. Was lame.
It's the guy of the squad here with Noadvisory Podcast. They know me. I'm Kinfolk.
And I'm Chocolate Diamond, Queen of the Need Lick Nation, also known as Shy. What's up, y'all?
Of course, y'all know who it is. Rockstar comedian of the motherfucking world. Not just the city, but the world. Mookie and Mature.
And y'all know everybody favorite. I guess I can't steal J-Line no more today. I'm sorry, Jay. It's your girl, Trap C. Y'all already know y'all love me. Everybody's favorite. Sorry, Jay.
Hey, it's cool, bro. How y'all feel today? Our day was pretty fucking adventurous. So how y'all feel?
My day is boring, as usual.
Should have came to Out the Bud.
I should.
Would have had an event for last day.
Yeah, I should.
You got your little thing on.
Tell me what happened to y'all. I gotta know.
So today was Out the Mud, Sporty Odie, Stephen the Dream.
Shout out to Sporty Odie.
King Carter.
King Carter.
Okay.
Definitely was some fun.
Definitely.
Up until about 10 performances in.
Yeah.
Long story short, the show was
over.
Had to be taken elsewhere.
So how long was the event supposed to be?
I think to like 6,
Until the
honestly.
vibes ended, I honestly think, you know what I mean?
I mean, they had hella performers lined up. Like,
niggas don't know how to act going nowhere, so shit got called short. But luckily, yeah, Mookie pulled up with the.
I was pulling up with the. I was pulling up, nigga. I pulled up with the police. Yeah. I say, shit, we pulling up at the same time. Then you feel me? I'm like, fuck it, man.
They escort you in.
I thought 12 had a table. How deep they pulled up? So let me find out 12 got a table at the concert. They was big. I'm like, fuck it. It is what it is.
I'm excited for today because we have guests on top of guests. We
Big
have
fact,
guests, you know. So I'm excited.
Hella
for
many
that.
guests on top of guests.
hey.
Big facts. So I guess we gotta bring her in since it's, you know what I mean. We ain't gonna just let her sit in, or how y'all want to do it.
Oh, I thought we was
you
gonna,
can bring it in.
The only way it's supposed to be done.
did you want to do
Well,
our
y'all know
sections
it's more than
first?
one now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
We bring y'all in a special way now.
We can go
you know,
ahead.
this is the new crew. We got some new juice for you.
All right.
All right, so you can bring them in. We'll
Bring
do it
them in?
after them.
Okay. You ready, Jay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So here in No Advisory, we just asked y'all 3 simple ass questions, okay? Just three.
Just three.
Who you are, where you from, and,
And
what the fuck
you do?
Yeah. Who's starting?
All right, my name Camille. I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Oh, with a water dirty.
Oh my God.
It's still dirty, right? Ain't it still dirty?
Oh my God, I don't know why I said Flint.
You should have just said Michigan. You should have just said Michigan.
Michigan. Take that back. I'm from Michigan.
All right.
Tell them niggas you got a purifier.
Yeah, so I'm an entrepreneur. I got a clothing brand called Black Sheep Revival. And then also, I'm partnered with Jess the Mess. No, it's Black with Home of the 90s.
There it is.
Home of the 90s, y'all. Y'all hear that?
I hope niggas been, cause
Right,
that
I
shit
was-
is so fucking lit.
It's
It was
lit.
so
I was just
fun.
about to say that's definitely like a culture shop. Like,
Yeah.
you got to go there for the culture. So
You think it's lit? You haven't seen nothing yet.
Tell us about it. Why don't you tell us who the fuck you is?
right, because you ain't tell us what the fuck you do. None of that.
You're right. Well, my name is Jessica. I'm from Baltimore. I know how I fight. I seen The Wire and all that. Yup, I say 2 and 2, all that. The
Hot
same
dogs.
thing, yeah. Hot dogs. And I eat crabs, but I don't got them. I am the owner of...
Already.
Shut up. I'm from, well, I told you I'm from Baltimore. I'm the owner of Home of the 90s. Now to be partnered with Camille and Home of the 90s Museum. So you think you've seen something, but you don't got nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ain't seen nothing yet. So we're doing it bigger and better. Home of the 90s original was a newborn. This is like the granddaddy of the granddaddies. We going like, yeah, massive. So yeah, I told you who I was, where I'm from, and what the fuck I do.
Okay,
There
energy.
it is.
Well, my first question for you is, why did you choose like to do a 90s themed house? Why 90s?
Who don't love the 90s?
True, but for the people that don't know.
So it's something about the 90s. The 90s are special. The 90s are vibrant. The 90s are happy. We didn't have bills. Everything wasn't, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to stab you. You know, we fought and, you know, things were a lot lighter. So I knew that I wanted to create something that was a happy time where people came in, they smiled, and they begged to come back with their friends. So it's all about the 90s. The 70s are dark. The 80s look like the 90s. The 2000s look like the 90s or want to be the 90s. So, hell, why don't you just combine them all together with the dopest people and make it about the 90s?
Okay.
All right, and my question for you is, why did you choose the Carolinas as the mecca for the home of the 90s?
So originally I moved down here from Baltimore in 2011, and this was a very hasty decision. It wasn't like something that was well thought out. I lost my job, and I said, I'm never going back to work for nobody else. I'm going to start flipping houses. So that's my other source of income. So you said, what the fuck do? I also flip houses. And I knew that I wanted to do something with space and something with bringing people in. So the idea didn't originate from me being in the Carolinas. I came to the Carolinas to work for Verizon to make more money and to get a different quality of life. So it just so happened that while I was here, I came up with the brilliant idea to be 90s focused. So it wasn't bringing it to the Carolinas.
And now, fuck Verizon. I still owe them niggas like $500.
You and everybody else,
That's
or
my
Sprint.
carrier. That's
Fuck
my
Verizon.
carrier.
Fuck
Chill
Sprint.
out, chill out,
Hey.
chill
But I
out.
still
Fuck
got
them
Sprint, so
niggas.
let me not say fuck.
But
Tranquila.
Yo, so like when I met you, you was doing it out your house. Like House of the 90s was your crib. And now it seemed you just said like that's Junior. Like you got something different in the works. So tell us about that.
Okay, so Camille will tell you about it. All right, so I decided that it was time to do bigger and better and bigger and better. That's it. Like it was strictly about elevating. So at the house, it was cool. But in a museum, you're going to get a different style of business. You can charge exactly what you want. People will come from all over the world to see something magic. And that's the reason. I just wanted to go bigger and better. In a home, you are limited. And I didn't want any limitations. So I said, I'm about to show the world what I got. I'm about to give it my all. And I don't know if y'all going to ask this question, but the person beside me is the only person in the world that came to me when I had the vision of the museum. I had already got it. So it didn't matter if it was with somebody or without somebody. She was like, yo, I'll go broke for this. And I'm like, what? And we had already been friends, and I knew she was hardworking. So I'm like, you really will? She was like, how much is it going to cost? I told her. She was like, let's do this. And I knew that she was being sincere about it because she's always being sincere about stuff. So I never, ever in a million years would have thought that I would partner with somebody, but I'm very, very proud to be sharing this experience with somebody else.
Hey, get you some real ones in your circle.
Got to.
Sure.
So I noticed like the trend now is having a lot of selfie museums and type of selfie type vibes. So are you gonna center the museum based on having the aesthetic of taking pictures and that type of vibe for your museum?
So like, what make our selfie museum unique is that we have event space too. So it's like you getting 2 in 1. So you can come in. We got a merch store. Then we got the selfie museum, and then also we got the event space.
That's hard.
That's like a 3-in-1.
Yes, definitely.
3,800 square feet.
That was my next question.
Over 50 spaces to take pictures everywhere. Everything from a Kool-Aid smile busting out the window to fucking just everything. We got a whole Mortal Kombat section called the arcade. We got a whole Lisa Frank wall. We got the Drippy. We got Ren and Stimpy with a gold tooth.
What was your inspiration, man? What inspired you to start the museum?
Y'all, everybody, the museum or the whole idea?
The museum.
Money, big money. Like I knew that it was going to be big money, and there is some competition out there. I don't gotta say no names. The competition may or may not be watching, but they probably think the idea was taken, but the idea been there. Just people, it was in my home, so you had to be like
Nothing
down
is
low.
ever stolen, man. It's only listen. You feel me? The motherfucker that make draws is Hanes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a really good way to look at
ideas,
it.
You feel me,
It's 20
motherfucker?
gallons of water.
You,
So,
you feel me? Yeah.
But this one is just different because there is no other thing that's specific to the 90s.
That's all that
And I
matters.
can't believe nobody else ever did it because why wouldn't you? It's the one era like that keeps on repeating itself. Everybody know just fashion, music, the small pant. Like everybody is doing something back from the 90s. It just make people happy. So that was it wasn't really no inspiration.
Yeah, bring
I
back
guess
Pagers
everybody
then.
else.
Bring back Pagers then. I'll page a bitch in a heartbeat.
Pager, remember?
I still got
you
my
got
pager.
one?
Yeah, my
I got
dad
my
still got his
You don't
pagers.
remember at your party, I had my pager
You
and,
did.
and the block
Oh my
phone.
God, she had a block
Yeah.
phone. That's what I do remember. You did.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, but you ain't want to give it to me though.
Of course not. But I live and breathe and breathe and breathe the 90s. So I'm excited for this. This is something that I couldn't wait to interview y'all because
Right.
the 90s for me was not just, growing up here in Charlotte, but I also lived in New York. I also lived in Kentucky. That whole, how the 90s were in different cities is shocking to me to come back to the South and see how people live up north, see how people live in, because Kentucky's kind of South or Midwest, so it's
South in a motherfucker.
whatever.
Kentucky.
Yeah, so, and then, being in Charlotte, I'm like, the 90s was just, you live and breathe. It was like clean air, clean vibes, and that's what I love, and I can't wait to visit
We
your
wasn't on the
museum.
phone that much either.
No, we wasn't. We wasn't.
Right.
People from the
Interacting
90s.
with each
But I
other.
was a video gamer, so I did play, still am, but I still play a lot of video
played
games.
Atari, girl.
So,
The 90s.
so
We took back to 83, the Atari.
do y'all have like a video game area? Or y'all thought about that?
Right.
We have a room that's specific. It's like Sega versus Nintendo, and we'll have interactive. You'll be able to play the games.
That's
That is
lit.
dope.
That's lit.
Hey, we got something even better too. We got a 90s studio.
Are you
Like
serious?
this, but like 90s. Y'all going to Biggie painted on the wall.
Oh, we
I
gotta
don't
do
even
we gotta do a
want
live
Selena.
broadcast from
Oh,
there.
we
one day.
gotta go there.
Hey.
We gotta do a
I
live
heard
I
session.
said people's
podcast.
gonna want to rent this space out just to do
Yeah.
podcasts or just it's dope.
Yeah.
That's
People from the
lit.
90s should be running the world, man.
Right.
Like people from the 90s, like literally, like
Is that
like the
considered
people before our
generous?
generation, they believed in working hard, and then the people after us, they believed in working smart. And I think the people in the 90s got like both of both eras. Like
agree.
they know how to
True.
work both,
That's a fact.
work hard and work smart. So, and then if you was born in the 90s, man, get in an executive position, man, because we should be running this bitch. You feel me?
I totally agree. And another good thing about the museum too is that we're very specific and on purpose with how we are designing this because we don't want you to call it a hip hop house. This place is literally for everywhere. On the first Mondays we even allow you to bring your pets. It's for old people, young people, because we'll like have different partnerships with the little schools because they want to know what is this thing about the 90s. So this is really the only place. I mean, they could Google it, but they can actually come here and see the
Experience
colors
it.
and experience it and touch it and feel it and see them little tricycles or their little bike with that little thing on the back. Remember how we used to put our little doll in the back? We
Or
don't know
put the
where she
cars
was
on
going.
there,
I
the
was just-
spokes on the cards.
Hey, we need some field trips at the museum.
Listen. Oh, they already, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we know.
What's so funny is I was just watching a TikTok video prior to coming here, and it was literally a teenager, 14-year-old, got a cassette player from Urban Outfitters. You know, sometimes Urban Outfitters sell a lot of 90s related clothing, and she literally had the cassette tape in the I guess the casing, and try to put it inside the tape player.
she didn't know.
So they don't even know how to even use the cassette players or the CD players. So it'll be dope for them to come to our world
Right.
and experience the 90s.
That's
Yeah.
such a good. You just tapped on something. Come to our world.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a good sign. Remember that?
No.
25 cents.
No, yeah.
25 cent Doritos.
Right.
Man,
you go
come
to the
on
store
now.
with $1, you leave out rich as hell. Full, you get
Now you still
chips,
gotta
you get
scramble
pickled
around for
pig
change.
feet, you get a pickled
That's a
egg,
fact.
you get a pickle, you get a drink.
Where you from? Talking about pickle eggs.
I'm from Charlotte.
Y'all had them?
Hell yeah. We still do.
Pickle, we still got
We
them. Pickle
still
eggs,
do.
pickle pig feet, pickle pickles.
Let me
hell
put y'all
yeah.
on
Hot
the
sauce
spot.
eggs.
Y'all ever heard of a lily
I
dilly though?
usually have pickle eggs.
A lily dilly.
Go Google that.
It sound familiar though.
Yeah.
It sound familiar.
I'm gonna put y'all on to something else. A hot pickle with flaming hots on in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That sound like you gonna be going right to the doctors.
Or peppermint on the inside of
With some
it.
ulcers, with some ulcers though. Yeah. Booty hole on 10. That motherfucker.
So I got a question. Well, I actually have two questions. My first question is, what made y'all choose this location for y'all second for the museum? Like, what about this specific area is like, this is where we want to have our museum at?
So the partnership didn't start until I got this one. I really wasn't talking. I was telling my friends, like, I gotta find a location. So on May 1st, we're in May 1st now. So on April 1st, I was so pressed. I said, enough is enough. I'm going to Columbia, South Carolina. So I met with a realtor down in Columbia to find a location. And the one thing that I hate hearing about when I had my house is the parking. So I went to a spot. It was nice. It was much more homey, but the parking was horrible. So I was like, nope, not about to put myself into that position again. And then I looked at the price, and I'm like, I know I could find something in Charlotte. So I literally pulled over that same day. And when I tell you I was on Craigslist, I was all the way down to the months. I was like, in Charlotte.
You
I
holler
said,
at me.
He's a realtor.
I'm a realtor.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to holler at nobody. I was trying to holler at what I seen on Craigslist. I've dealt with realtors before, but I think that I was explaining it incorrectly. Mm-hmm. And then when I found out how to explain it, I already was like, enough is enough. Yeah. I can already do it on my own.
Facts.
So I found something that was for sale by owner or for rent by owner, and when I seen this, all I seen is the front of the building. I called the owner. I said, I'm on my way. I'm paying my deposit. It said the place had been sitting for years. It's 3,800 square feet, 8 full rooms, a large conference room. I'm like, it doesn't matter what this looks like. For the price, I'm about to nail it.
Yeah.
So I already knew that was me.
Yeah.
He came in there. He was like, man, I never heard of that idea. I was like, I know you haven't, but this is the second one. So you just sit back and watch how I make Concord colorful. So that's how I found it. I literally was on, fucking them up. Yep, that's how I found it.
So my second question was, are you planning or are you using the same artist that painted the artwork in your house to decorate the museum?
Yeah, he definitely is. But we also have other artists as well. So we probably got about 8 to 10 different artists.
What's up. That's what's up. I'm excited.
Everywhere around Charlotte area.
Charlotte artists.
Everybody is a Charlotte artist. If anybody was following Home of the 90s original, I had a competition where I gave away $1,000 to the best artist. Mm-hmm. So all of the best artists in Charlotte are in the museum, and they look at it as value. So we told them yes, because I'm turning my house back. Like, I'm in the process of doing that now, because it's kind of hard to have people, want your house so bad and you not being able to enjoy your home. So that's why all of the things that are in my house right now will be taken to our museum and just expand every single thing. Every single thing. Okay, well, you can buy the house then. Buy it just like that. You would be so miserable. Yeah, imagine, it's like, it's okay for cuteness and your friends and everything, but then imagine you having to, like, come in the house and you maybe want to make like a Thanksgiving meal, or you want to just sit back and chill. There's no chill. And I've owned my house since 2013. It's time to get my chill back. So I cannot wait. When I tell y'all, I can't wait.
So let me ask, how big do y'all want this to go? Like,
tell them.
When it end?
So really big. So our next plan is either go to Atlanta or Baltimore.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then California. So yeah, we're trying to make this nationwide.
It's gonna be huge.
Take me with y'all.
Listen, he's like, just wherever, just put me in your
pocket.
pocket.
Put me in the museum, motherfucker. This motherfucker tell jokes.
Yeah, so we want this to be huge, because it can be. Like, it is definitely an idea that can be franchised. And all we need to do, like, we haven't really talked about how we were going to do that, because we got to do like one thing at a time. But we know that people are going to be interested. Big, humongous people will be interested in it. And we are here to, let us have it. But this is definitely not our last stop. T.I., we coming for you, or you can see what you're trying to do too. But it's just different. So it's not like people say, like, it's like the Trap Museum. It's not like the Trap Museum. It's just different. It's a whole different thing.
He should definitely outsource that though. Like, he definitely should put that in more places. But y'all
it works.
Y'all already attacking it. So shit. He'll learn. He'll like, damn, I should have thought of that before.
I can't deal with the trap. I'm not really into trap music per
Don't
se.
worry about it.
It's a great idea.
People travel all, just like she said. People travel
am.
from all over the world to go to that pink motherfucking trap museum.
That's true. That's true.
And I ain't never been, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've been before, and so when I see stuff, all I can really do, I don't enjoy it first. I look at the business first, and then I enjoy it. Like, I looked at the business, and I seen that line, and it was $10. I think it was like $10.
Yeah, it's $10.
And I'm like, $10. This nigga's getting a whole lot of $10. It's a genius idea, so it doesn't matter. He probably don't even fuck with trap music.
When
that
I went
much.
to it, I'm like,
That's a
y'all want to go
great
to the trap
idea.
museum? They're like, hell yeah, I ain't never been. So shit. And we ain't even go, but just the idea, like, this speaking it. So I can only imagine, like.
I would love for people to be like, oh, y'all want to see the 90s? Go to the 90s museum. I mean, it's why
coming
wouldn't
up.
you?
Yeah.
Don't
It's
put that in the
coming.
air.
I mean, it
It's
ain't just about
coming,
the
right.
money; it's the aesthetics,
Right,
like
and the
it's like, you know,
experience.
exactly,
Yeah.
definitely the experience. I cannot wait.
It's
I
up.
cannot wait. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
it's lit.
July 3rd is our grand opening. It's going to be stupid.
Ooh,
like,
July
stupid,
3rd.
stupid. Like,
You should let
So
us
y'all
cover it. You should let us cover it.
no,
Be our
no.
media presence.
Right.
I think that's a great
Is
idea.
y'all event room gonna be open on July 3rd too? Or
Oh,
y'all-
everything going to be open. Nothing is going to be, like, exclusive.
So my birthday July 10th.
Look, he was trying to make
I usually throw a big comedy show on my birthday.
We could talk.
We gonna talk. There it is.
July 4th?
July 4th.
Mine's July
For
10th.
real?
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all. Oh, they told me about y'all sign.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We got a DJ. We
That's
got
a
a realtor.
DJ.
We got a
What?
comedian.
You got
What's
the
up?
DJ.
You got a
the
host.
comedian,
Oh my god, yeah.
We got a realtor.
Yeah.
Just looking for the 3.5 commission.
Right. So, what are y'all most excited about? Like, out of everything that you got working right now?
Seeing everybody smile and mouth drop and just be like, oh my God, they nailed it. And just going crazy and on Snapchat and just going crazy and saying, how do I get a party here? And just, because in my house, people have like cried. They've had wedding proposals. They've had baby showers. So I know if they were doing that in my house, this is about to be like, oh my God, we still got that same couch. As soon as you walk in, you can be like, oh my God, that's my grandmother couch. No, and that's Aunt Bunny couch. Just all of those emotions. It's going to be so emotional. And you'll be able to tell that we just selected everything to make you, like we may have had one idea and was like, oh no, that ain't going to make them cry hard enough. You got to change that. So we really tapped into the
I'm coming with my
emotions.
page.
So,
I'm
like,
a volunteer.
If you ever
Post
experience
up.
the home, you're never gonna want to go back. Like, honestly,
So I didn't experience the
dope.
home, so I'm
I did
excited.
too.
Right, it's like-
Even my mom, you even dance. I got even picture a video with you dancing with my mom. Yeah.
it's nothing comparable.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
What's both of y'all favorite thing about the museum that don't nobody know yet?
Favorite thing?
My favorite thing is something that I've been wanting even in my house that I don't even know where I'm going to put up. But I have like done all my research to find these damn two Jeeps, a boy Jeep and a girl Jeep, because I wanted to put a big ass sign in front of it that said, you remind me of my Jeep.
You already know mine.
But
Oh,
yeah. But we're so tapped out of space that
That's
I'm
what
really
got
not
you.
sure where it's gonna go. But you gonna see them in that spot. It ain't a game. But yeah, that's something real. Oh, in the Fresh Prince wall, because that's what made it popping. Shout out to Enigma. Yeah. So those is the two things.
Right.
Every time I think about the 90s, you gotta think about Will Smith.
Facts.
So I got a question about anybody like WF? WWF.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
wrestling. Yeah, hell yeah.
of course.
Motherfuckers
I
still
just
be dressed like that
made a
on New
post
Year's.
about it.
Right.
Wrestling was real.
Right.
WCW, WWE. I'm all like, you feel me?
So yeah,
And-
we gonna have a
and WO.
WF ring too. So
Oh yeah, it's up. I'm going off the top
Oh.
rope with the people's elbow.
Where you literally go
Ric Flair.
inside of the ring like you in there. Y'all gonna be like,
I need some beers
Back
in
to
that
10
bitch
years
like Stone
old.
Cold,
You
Steve
gotta have a
Austin.
belt, right? You gotta have a belt.
You feel me? It's going up.
These niggas can't see
so
me.
I'm sorry.
John Cena, I'm going John Cena on these hoes.
So
What's up?
I forgot to tell y'all because a lot of people not gonna remember this, but some people will. So do y'all remember Discovery Zone?
Yeah, of course.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
It was like the
Or just-
stuck up Chuck E. Cheese that only your mother could afford it if you had money.
But don't talk
A
about
field
the
trips, a
don't
field
be talking
trip.
about Chuck E. Cheese
Field
like they
trips.
pizza one popping.
Right.
Chuck E. Cheese might got some of the top 10 pizza in everybody's city. You feel me? That pizza be popping. Chuck E. Cheese pizza be
Chuck E.
popping.
Cheese pizza still pops.
But you be cheating on their
$5
games.
days.
I used to be cheating on their games. You be
So, yo, we have a room that is Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
A whole full-fledged 1997 Chuck E. Cheese room. And then right beside it is DZ Discovery Zone, 5,000 balls where you have to take your shoes off to get into the balls. Like, when I tell you
That's
it's
lit.
going
that's
to
dope.
be...
I'm gonna just
That's
hop in the
dope.
balls
Magic.
like, wee.
I know
Yeah.
you're excited. The city is open up too. North Carolina's open up too, so I
Right.
know y'all ready. Yeah.
Ready. We ready.
That's
We
lit.
opened up and the balls is opened up. Wee!
We
Ball's
definitely
been open on coronavirus.
Right, all these babies out here.
Wait a minute. I
Sorry, little
experienced-
punchy.
I experienced too many balls already.
This is a lot of balls in here. A whole sausage party.
Okay.
As a vet. It is a lot of men in here.
I'm so weird.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. JD, did you bring the buzzer?
Bro, I lost it today.
At the event.
Did you
All
bring
right,
the blow ups?
Rest in peace.
What you bring?
So my co-host over here, Kinfolk Jay, has this game that he plays. Jay, you want to tell him what the game is?
Oh, God.
So it's simple, man. I call it hit it and quit it, and I'll just ask you uncomfortable questions, and I have a red button, and if you want to tap out, hit the button, then I'll make you do something crazy. So like I had a blow up doll. I made somebody eat the edible lingerie off the blow up doll, just a little kinky shit like that. But I don't have a button, so but you can ask her the question.
Okay, well, we just going to tap the punch.
Okay.
That's
We might need some of the
No,
punch.
Yeah.
just
Go
no,
ahead,
just
go ahead
answer
and
the
re-up
question.
because if you tap out, you have to chug the rest of the punch in your cup.
Oh, I ain't put that much in.
Oh,
Smart.
Oh, no, you stopped it.
It was hard. It was hard for me to
She said, "Oh no."
I got you.
but not a chug amount.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. You can get no advisory now.
We got like 7 more minutes, so we gonna do a 5-minute game and then a 2-minute outro. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So I asked probably the wildest questions.
I can tell.
She be ready for him, too.
I do.
I'm ready.
All right. First question.
So who is it to? Because you know it's two of us.
Both of you guys have to answer.
Damn.
First question. What is the wildest DM you have received?
I was just telling my girl that don't nobody be in my DM. They always say, how much is the party? That's it. I never get no crazy DMs. As cute as I look, I done cut my hair off for a DM. No DMs. None.
Requested DM. Let me got some requested
Right.
No, I don't. Somebody put something in my DM, please. Just slide in there.
What about?
Craziest thing?
I know you got some stories.
Yeah, we went-
Go ahead. I know you
She
got
running
some
from the mic.
stories.
Yeah, you
Tell
gotta
me.
answer it, too.
It's
Yeah.
the shine away.
Ain't
It's
no
the
hidden.
shine away.
Ain't no
Nobody
quitting
say
it.
nothing crazy nowadays. I mean, they just want to kick it with you. I ain't got nothing crazy in my DM.
Man, I be saying crazy shit.
Come on now. That's a
know
little too
wrong.
PG-13. Come
I ain't
on
got
now.
nothing crazy in my DM.
I know people talk crazy in DMs, like for a fact.
It
I'm a
might be
DM.
because mine is like a business page. That's why they don't get crazy. I have not been on my personal page in a long, long time. So I don't know, but I don't know. I was just saying that.
And then mine, how I am, people are not going to approach me that way.
Yeah.
I'm too
We're
spiritual.
both dry as fuck. That's what it is.
You
But
too
you got
spiritual.
so much
Them
energy.
spiritual
I
ones be the
can't
freaks.
tell you had so much energy right now. Nah,
Spiritual
nah.
ones be the nasty
Somebody had
ones.
to tap into that light.
They tap
It
into
may be a
your
little
third
bit
eye.
intimidating too that
You know, my
I got so much
clothing
energy.
Look at that third eye.
That's
Listen.
the third eye, also
See.
known as the
Right
brown
on.
eye. Blue blue.
Right on. I see that. Is that a goat?
No, that's the shit.
I'm like, let me burn that sage in the room first.
Hey, real quick,
Let me charge up
can
my
we talk
crystals.
about that? Can we talk
Let
about
me
y'all
charge
jacket?
up my crystals real quick before I lay it down. That's her. That's
Can we
her.
talk about y'all jacket real quick? Because I see I got
You
matching
see it?
pillow on it. Like it got a whole lot of symbolism
Zoom
on it.
in
Got
on
a
that
sheep
jacket.
valve. Yeah, I'm saying you got a whole lot of symbolism. Can anybody want to speak on it and what everything means?
Let the owner.
Oh, yeah, it's my clothing brand, Black Sheep Revival. It's my slang, my slogan. Well, stop moving. My right to be uncommon. So, I came up with this idea because I always felt like an outcast. I felt like I never fit in. I always felt like I was different. So, the brand is just to really like stand up for who you are, your individuality, and
Because
I
there's a
put
lot
the-
of sheep around here.
yeah, it's a lot of sheep. So I put the third eye because a lot of people are not fully awakened and tapped into who their true self is. So that's where that is. And another one of my slogans: people accept what is the same, but eventually respects what different. So you know what I'm saying? We always accept what's the same, but eventually you're gonna respect what's different. So I'm a game changer. So yeah.
Trendsetter.
Yep.
Talk to 'em.
Definitely. So that's what inspired this brand. And she's damn.
Oh, I'm going to wear all my shit. I got my hat on, my jacket. Make sure y'all follow her at Black Sheep Revival. The shit looks great. I mean, as soon as we walk out, they like, who is that? Who is that? I just sit. Maybe now that I have on my coat, somebody will slide in the DM. Maybe.
I ain't trying to hear it. I know motherfucker been slid, but we don't keep it copacetic. We don't keep it
Or they
all
slid in
PG-13
person.
though. Yeah. Look at the facial expression. Facial expression say it all. She's like,
Shut up.
I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying shit. We don't keep it clear. But anybody got any other questions, man? Oh shit.
No, she wasn't done.
You got another freaky question.
No, this is my last question. They said we got 3
I
minutes
like
left.
these questions because the answers probably. Never mind.
What's the last thing that you put in your mouth that wasn't food and wasn't a toothbrush? And water does count as food.
Oh my god.
And just remember, if you tap out, you have to chug the entire cup of
What's the
Noadvisory
last
punch.
thing?
Last
You
thing
gotta
in
say-
my mouth that wasn't food
Or a toothbrush.
or toothbrush, and drinking is considered
Yep.
food.
Oh, you gonna be mad about my dry answer again? So when I get excited, I bite my pillow, and I was biting my pillow earlier, like because I was.
That sound like some
I had some
freaky
good
shit,
stuff.
though.
Yeah.
No, I just.
I ain't
I've been
gonna
doing
lie,
it since
that
I was a
one got
little
me.
girl. I
And
know.
it's
So
a lot
I
of
know that y'all
OnlyFans
wished
that
that
be
it was
doing
something.
it to, to
Right.
pillows, you know.
Oh
it's a whole
God,
thing.
never mind. That was the last thing. Sorry once again. I don't have nothing juicy.
Nah, they gonna be in your DMs after that
Right.
one.
Oh, pillows.
Pillows.
Motherfucker wet as hell right now. Still wet.
What about
I don't
you?
do shit either. I'm dry as hell too. So I think the last thing I had in my mouth was maybe a breast. A breast.
Not a chicken breast.
Not a chicken breast.
Oh, okay.
It was a titty.
Was the areola small or big?
A medium
Or
size.
pierced? Was it pierced?
No, it wasn't pierced.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the pierced titty bitches out there.
Please don't.
I'm actually celibate. I'm celibate, so.
You ruin the skin. The
I'm not
flavor
that,
right
though.
there.
I
When
am
you-
though.
Not you ruin the skin flavor, the seasoning.
Yeah, don't ruin the flavor with the piercing. It tastes good with that natural salt. You gonna put a piercing in it and not taste like hot pennies.
Don't
do
When
that.
you see that titty outside of that motherfucking, like just in that clothing, you be like, damn, that titty look good. Cause that nipple be
Not
hard.
if it's crusty.
Whoa.
But
Who got crusty
a
nipples?
pierced
Hey.
nipple is a hard nipple.
Oh.
A pierced nipple is a hard nipple.
It's always hard.
It is. It is. You know what? It is. It is. It is.
That's sexy.
All right, so go ahead and tell the people one more time where they can find y'all at on social media, when the grand opening of the new location is.
So you can find us at Home of the 90s Museum, CLT. Home of the 90s Museum, CLT. We're also in the works of getting our website designed. And yes, if you all want to be at the grand opening, it's July 3rd. And we'll also be having an influencers brunch. We haven't released that date yet, but that's coming up soon too, sometime in June.
That's dope.
So
Right.
hold on one second because I want to definitely make sure that she shouts out Black Sheep Revival.
Black Sheep Revival.
Yeah, so Black Sheep Revival was established 2020. Y'all can find me on Home of the 90s. Yeah, you can find me there too. But then also you can find me at Black Sheep Revival on IG as well. And I am working on a website as well.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Well,
Love
definitely thank y'all so much for y'all
Yeah.
time. Thank y'all for coming and kicking it with us today. We hope that y'all enjoyed y'all time here. We definitely had fun.
We did. We always love to kick it with Noadvisory. This is the podcast of the year, of the century.
They said
great
it, not us.
people, great vibes, always. So
Always
super
in there.
welcoming. They got hand sanitizer. I fuck with them. Thank y'all so much for having us.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Trav C. You already know. We back with another special guest in the building.
Still cutting up.
Hey, yeah, we cut up the first round. But we're going to get into something a little bit more serious, something that everybody definitely needs to tune into, everybody needs to pay attention to, take heed to, and get some knowledge. But first, you know, we can't introduce you just the regular way. We got to bring
Not
you
at
in
all.
Noadvisory style. We got to add a little flavor to it, a little spice.
Y'all
So
ready?
here at Noadvisory, we're going to ask you 3 simple questions, okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're going to ask you who you are,
Yep.
Where you from?
And what the fuck you do?
All right. All right. My name is Lacrisha. My name is Finance Muslima. I'm from Philly originally. I've been in Charlotte 8 years, and what I do, I
Can you
help,
talk into the mic for us,
oh,
Goddess? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
There it is.
You want me to start over?
No, you're good.
I'm Finance Muslima. That's what everybody know me by. And I'm from Philly. I've been in Charlotte for 8 years. And what I do is I help women and really give them the tools necessary to let them know that they can build wealth and really win out here. That's what I do.
Absolutely.
So how did you get started in your field? I guess is the most appropriate first question. Like in finance, because that's not really something that you hear a lot of, especially for an African-American woman to be in finance. That's major.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hard in our community, too.
I
It's
can
very hard
imagine.
in our community. I'm very transparent. I'm just going to be all the way real and be honest. It's very hard. It's hard working with our people, but I love it. So initially, I started my first business 11 years ago, selling cake out the trunk of my car in Philly. Started a business, couture cupcakes. After that, trying to figure out what was next. Knew how to make money, but really didn't know how to multiply it. Didn't know how to make money grow. Didn't know how to really get to the next level, per se. So I hit rock bottom in 2015 in Charlotte. Didn't want to go back to the trenches. Wasn't going back to Philly. So I just kept going. 2017, I got introduced to finance. I started out license and insurance. And then it was started out insurance, financial coaching, personal development. I started Mindset and Money Gang, a group for women in the community. And then now I just added on credit repair. So, yeah.
Love black women.
If I'm not mistaken, I seen it said you had your insurance license in like 5 states now.
Yes.
So
I started out life insurance license in North Carolina, of course, because that's where I live and I was making money. And then people from home, from Philly, I was getting a call. So I added on PA. Then, of course, I think it was New Jersey. Leveraging social media and meeting people, I added on Connecticut because I met a girl there, helped her family with life insurance, and they introduced me to a whole new crew of people, so it was worth the license to add on. And then I recently just added New Jersey.
I love it. I love it. So I'm also licensed
Okay.
in life insurance, Medicare, and accidental health and sickness as well. So I love that because if one thing that our people need for sure, it's a lot of people, especially our people that are just dying.
right.
You feel me? And they leaving our people with that expense, like
Yeah.
that burden. Now, yeah, you feel me? So if you please tap into life insurance, man, you never know, man. Don't leave that responsibility on your peoples, man.
Right.
You feel me? Please don't.
One thing I want to say, I want to elaborate on it a little bit. It's 2021, right? So it's a whole nother game to life insurance. So the reason that I struggle with the life insurance conversation and helping our people, our community, they so rough on us as a person. And then I'm young, I'm black, I'm Muslim. I don't look like our average life insurance agent that came in our houses back in the day, right? It was a white man, right? So it's hard. They hard on us, but our people are hard on us because it's lack of education.
Right.
If I come in, I'm not going to say ignorance because I can't call us ignorant if we don't know. I'm going to say lack of education. If I come in your house, I want to be all the way transparent and real. You're going to ask me more questions than our counterparts would. They spend money.
Right.
They gonna be like, my friend referred me to you. This is what I need for me and my husband and my kids. What can you do for me? All right, meet me after work tomorrow, and they're gonna cut a check. But you gonna ask me 20 questions just simply because you don't know and you're not familiar,
Right.
and it's not a conversation that you're used to having. It's new to you.
Yeah.
So our people really do give me a hard time. But I wanted to say that I really want to put this out there because you said something about stocks. A lot of people are getting into real estate investing and so forth. The part of investing in life insurance is not talked about enough. And life insurance got so many different levels to it. It's huge.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, we wonder why our counterparts' children are millionaires and have trust funds, and they born, like, soon as they born into wealth because they leverage life insurance, they leverage real estate. So
Right.
it's so many levels to life insurance than just being for if my mom died, let us get this money so we can get a check.
Right.
You done waited till she's so old. You ain't gonna pay $200 a month, so all you gonna get is 20 grand. You gonna bury it right now like 15 grand minimum. So like, but it's so many levels to it. So everybody in here, y'all got children. Y'all need to open up at least a $500,000 policy on your children right now while they're young, because I'm gonna give you the three main factors, and I'm gonna give you the three main factors that life insurance is built on. Life insurance is built on age. So the younger you are, the cheaper it is. The healthier you are, the cheaper it is,
Right.
and you get the most money. Get the $1 million policies on your kids, on yourself right now. But the thing about it is, it all depends on what's important to you, though. Because a lot of times with us, we're not going to sacrifice $200 a month right now if it's not giving us something in return in 3 months. So life insurance, building wealth is a longevity game. Everybody want to get into stocks and real estate. That's definitely a longevity game.
Well, what source would you say is the best to get your information from for people that aren't as educated? Because like you said, I think that education is a big problem, and I say that, yeah, it's some ignorant niggas out there. And I'm an entrepreneur myself. Like, a lot of people don't care to educate themselves on the knowledge, so that's why when you try to tell them, they not even trying to listen either. You know what I mean? So, for me, I would say as an entrepreneur, I say that it feels like trying to better myself. Finding that information is tough. And I feel like I wish more people would put that information out there. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, the game is to be sold and not told. You know what I mean? So what advice would you give to people who are hungry and are trying to get that information?
I feel like that's a great thing that you said, because that's exactly why I do what I do. Because when I was first starting in the game 11 years ago, all of the things that I give to women for free right now, or all of my platforms, nobody was giving. It's women right now that's at certain levels in their career, charging certain places for whether it be courses, whatever the case may be, and they're not teaching nothing. This my thing. Education sells. Education sells. On my IG, on my YouTube, and on my private Facebook page, that's all I do is live broadcasting trainings.
That's lit. I need to tap in.
That's all I do is live broadcasting training. So by me educating, I get sales all day, every day. Whether it be website, whether it be in person. My Mindset and Money Game financial planner that I created back in November, that sold out like 3 times, working on 4 times sold out. So I educate. Like, I live broadcast like 3 days a week.
Do you put on YouTube?
So you know the algorithm. Because I can't get my Instagram like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's where the money is. You got to learn it.
I know.
Because you got to know when they on.
See.
You want to hit when
I'll
they
be
on.
talking to you. We'll be talking offline. I need
Use
some
them
gems.
automated apps so you can live your life and
That's
make
dope.
money.
That's dope. I follow Chris saying he like a YouTuber type person, so he like that's the same lane that you in. Like, and I be telling people like, bro, follow him, but it's free. Like, he's on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
it's free. So, like, I can only imagine like the same type industry. So, kudos to you, man. I love black women. I swear to God. I just seen a black. I don't even know who the black girl was. She had blue hair. She was running like a motherfucker, smoking these hoes. I said, look at her in her blue ass hair, smoking them hoes. I love black hoes.
Oh
Black
my
women,
God.
black women, black women.
That's spooky for y'all, okay?
Hey,
I
you
used
gotta
to
love
think
them.
that, like, you know, people. You just said like, game is to be sold and not told, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Would you
used to-
disagree? Is that what you about to say? You disagree?
I used to could say that I would agree, but I don't, because I feel like I've gotten to the highest peak of my career since COVID.
Yeah.
And even starting out, I told you 11 years ago, right? And I think that was due to taking everything on social media. I couldn't do free workshops no more. We couldn't go in set up shop and have everybody come out in the community and just teach, do workshops and help people with it. So we had to go to social media. If you go to social media and leverage it to get free game, you give I give the basics, and people love it because they don't know and they need it. So what I'm going to give you and charge for you for in person or for my time, it's going to be 3 times more.
I'm not a businessman.
I'm a businessman. You feel me? What you talking about?
So I just want to know, because I think I'm probably the youngest out of all of us. I don't know.
94.
Okay, never mind. I'm not the youngest. But for like young black women specifically, or okay, let me not just like make it that specific, but for young, I guess, kids that are trying to save but have bills, like what advice would you give to them?
Get a sugar daddy.
I mean, that's good advice too, but
Talk
I
to a
want the
nigga like
real.
me.
I want the real advice.
Get a sugar daddy, stack his motherfucking money, and bank your own too. Build the
Thanks.
business with his bag. Use your bag for your home.
Okay.
If you want to get a sugar daddy, you can go that way.
Like
leverage,
that
leverage, leverage.
All the
No,
sugar
no,
She's
no,
talking
no.
leverage. I
You
like
feel
it.
me?
It's all
Hey,
leverage.
hit
she
me
said
up,
one thing
all the
I ain't
sugar
never
daddies
heard
out
no
there.
shorty say.
I
Yeah,
said,
you
No.
talking leverage.
What no, like seriously though. So I would saving. You said.
yeah, like,
Like,
you know
how
how
do you
some
save
people
money?
have like, okay, I know a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, like fresh out of college, but they
I
want
do.
to try to actively save and have something for like a rainy day, but it's just hard for them. Are there any like tips or like strategies you can give them, or like, I don't know, like I know me personally, I do a budget breakdown, so I
Right.
break my check up, 10% tithes, 20% to my, or no, 40% to my bills, 20% to savings, and then the rest is like whatever I want to spend. And that's how I budget my money. But a lot of people don't do that. And it took me personally a long time to even get to that point of money management. So I guess my question is, like, what tips or what, is there anything that you can tell them?
Definitely.
Any gems? Any gems?
Yeah, like I don't even know how to pose that anymore.
You definitely on the right track to budgeting, but budgeting you gotta go more in depth with it though.
Right.
Like the tithes, the bills.
Right.
You need to do food, groceries, insurance,
Right.
utilities. You need to go more in depth with the budget.
Yeah.
So
tough,
like, so okay. So now I would ask you this question. I would say, how much money do you make every month? If you told me you was brought home after taxes $5,000 a month, right? I'm gonna use the example, and then I would ask you, like, the money game is strategy, like to be in control of your money and give every dollar that you have after your priorities, make it go to work for you, so that you don't slave and be like check the check and all that.
Facts.
You gotta put what you got left, give it a job.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what is your other money doing for you? Is it sitting in the bank making
Right.
Wells Fargo more money? We just talked about that. Or are you making
glad
it
you
do
said
something
that.
for you,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So I would say if you
Savings
were
don't do
if you
shit.
were
Right.
home,
I'll make that bitch jump.
if you were home,
See, that's why I got other businesses, because
Right.
I need some
So
other
that
streams of
bitch-
income.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dogecoin, we gonna throw that
Exactly.
bitch in. Tesla, we gonna throw that bitch in.
Right.
Apple.
So like, so just to do a
NFT.
quick breakdown, I would say if you did if you were home $5,000 a month, right? After you did your basic budgeting, say it took away $2,000 from you, right? And then say you got $3,000 left, like, what do you do with the $3,000?
Smoke it up. No, I'm just playing.
Damn.
I'm just
I got
playing.
a couple pair of Air Maxes.
Probably about
coming.
50.
That's
Yeah,
budgeted. That's budgeted. That's
That's
budgeted.
budgeted, yeah.
That's budgeted.
Yeah.
That's in my wants category, not my needs
Not your
category.
needs, yeah.
It's a
Budgeted.
want, not a need.
Because it's a difference.
Yeah.
If you don't budget your money gonna leak.
No, but like, I mean, like, okay. If I was that person, I was making $5,000 a month, and I had, we just say
And you
3.
spent $2,000 on your household.
So I had 3,000 left. Honestly, I'll probably take 1,500 of it and save, and flip the other 1,500 into some type of investment or a business or
That's
something.
strategy, yeah.
Yeah.
gonna
That's the thing.
What was the hardest, I think, before you started, your journey of getting more educated yourself and teaching other people? What was your hardest habit to kick financially?
So it was very okay. So I'm real. So this what happened, right?
I love transparency.
Yeah.
This what happened. So I started a credit repair company. Went on live broadcasting and was teaching my audience like the ins and outs, like stuff on your credit report. I started talking about repos, evictions, all this stuff, right? Me being a city girl from the hood, moving to Charlotte, 2013, I never knew about paying car notes. We don't pay car notes in the hood. Like, we drive $4,000 or $5,000 cars. Like, I experienced a repo when I hit rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
I talked about it online, and everybody was like it was a big thing. Like, people get fucking repos, evictions now. And to this day, like, but I talked about what really happened to me, and it really helped a lot of people. People be like low key scared to be judged of shit that they've been through,
Right.
And that's the reason that you can't get help, because you looking at the other person like, don't judge me because, or be like, trying to, you can't speak on my life if you don't know my journey.
Right.
So you can't clap for me now because you might not be that close to me to know that I had a repo, but it don't matter. Just know that I'm your sister and you should want for me what I want for you. If you need help, I'm real. Like, come to me like, yo, sis, what's up? What you trying to do? I want everybody to get money because it's out here.
Everybody eat.
It's all fun and games, so you get to garnish me.
Yeah, so like,
You be like, who the fuck is garnish? I don't owe that nigga shit. Why the fuck you taking money out my check?
Hey.
you took your whole check.
Now garnish coming out your check, man. You mad as fuck, like, bruh. Who the fuck I gotta call to get this nigga to stop taking this money out my check?
Nobody, because they gonna
You
keep
feel
doing
me?
it.
Now you gotta find other ways to make money. That shit hurt, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit hurt.
Man.
The hardest thing for me, I would say, is being in a completely different city, not having that village like I had at home, and for real, that car note thing was the thing that killed my income. Living off of business, raising a child, and then I sacrificed so much. Like, I'm so very disciplined because of that. I was just dumping everything I had back into my business in any way, shape, or form because I knew that I could win. I know that if I kept doing it, what it takes. So for me, it's like it was the car note thing for me back then. It was hard because it was like I wasn't used to it per se. When you're not used to stuff, it's heavy for you. If you a person that come from paying $700-800 a month for rent and you comfortable with that, you looking at other people that pay $1,300 and you're like, what? Everybody like to live different. Everybody willing to sacrifice for different shit. So it just depends on what level you at and what you willing to spend, because you could be paying $800 a month right now for rent, and you could look at somebody paying $1,400. You could be like, that's too much, but you be out every single night of the week spending $60 once a week. That's your $400 right there, where you could be living in a better lifestyle, but you saying you don't have it because mentally you never done it before.
Right.
So it's hard for you to shift mentally, like 8 to 14. Damn, that's a lot. It's really not. You just don't want it because you ain't even try to do what it takes to get it.
So in the next 5, go ahead.
For me, it's a little different because I have been in the same spot and I had plenty of opportunities. I even flip houses and stuff like that, but I had plenty of opportunities to buy a home. I even have the money to do so, but I've been in the same location for going on almost like a decade now. I'm still renting, but I see people, my friends, who are like paying $1,400 a month or paying $1,600, just doubling that what they're renting in a home. They're renting and paying that person's mortgage or whatever, and stuff like that. For me in particular, I don't feel comfortable saying, okay, I'm going to pay $1,400. Since I'm still a renter, in order to live a certain lifestyle, when I feel like where I'm at, I'm comfortable and I'm able to save and budget, differently. So I have like a different aspect on the whole renting and having a lower rent, and only benefit for me because I've been there for a long time.
What's comfortable to you? Like, what do the word comfortable mean? Like, when you say you comfortable and where you at, like, what do comfortable mean to you?
Number one, like the location that I'm in. When I see other people around me, of course, pay more than what I pay for. But comfortable is the location, my space, my peace of mind. And I'm not in the mix of everything. I live in Pineville, North Carolina. So, that is the up and coming, the Pineville, Ballantyne area. It's fairly, very expensive
Just
to
a little
live.
bit over,
yeah,
like,
and it's
but
more
it's fine.
old money.
Right.
And now the new money is venturing off into this area, and of course, rent over there is high. But I've been in my location for so long. That's the reason why my rent is so cheap. But
So can I say one thing? Because okay, so you said that I do agree with you to a certain extent when you say that you're willing to stay where you are and save, so that you won't go into a property where, because you know the game already. You know that if you go in, your $1,400 is gonna be paying their mortgage, right? But I don't like I live good and I'm comfortable in my space, but I don't live comfortable every day. Like, I've been up since 5:30 this morning right now. Like, this is like my body shut down at this time of night. That's not true. Like, I don't I grind so hard. Like, my crib, my spot is comfortable. Like, I love it, but I don't live in a comfort zone mentally, if that makes sense to you. Like, I'm always like, what's next, because I know it's there, because I know where I came from. But this is the thing that will cripple us. I agree with you, but this is sometimes, like, if we keep that mindset, this is the thing that will have you in that spot for 5 more years, right? Because you're so comfortable. But a lot of the times when we be in a comfort zone, it'll keep us stuck from taking another risk. But this is the thing you got to think too. Now, me, I think of it from a business aspect. If I'm staying, if I'm paying $1,300 a rent, I got like 4 or 5 incomes. Like, I'm paying my rent with other people's money. It's called leveraging OPM, other people's money. So if somebody paying $1,400, $1,500 a month,
but they don't have that.
I feel like
your aspect,
right, that's
your
true.
mentality.
That's true. Now, if they
different.
paying it themselves, then yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But coming in from for a different angle, when some people will be like, oh, they, that penthouse 5 bands a month, how they doing that? People out here paying their bills and living lifestyle off of other people's money. And it's easy to do. Find something you love to do, stick to it, avoid distractions, and get in the game.
Yeah, I have my hands in so many different pockets, but I never pulled the trigger on, say, like purchasing a home. Is number one is because I see, I have a vision of how I want my house to be. And if I have not came across where the property that I want, because I don't want HOA, I want mine to be new build, and that whole my house has to have a certain amount of years of warranty before and plus like air conditioning, stuff like that, water heaters and stuff like that. I need to have that type of benefit because I see a lot of people they buy these houses and be like, oh well, look at my house, but then the roof is gone, the siding is falling off, the quality. So that's the reason why I haven't and that's the reason why I'm comfortable, because I know that I can place a call, my stuff is fixed. I don't live in a bad area, I have space. And I have different businesses, but it's people that I see who only works one job and it's looking like they're penny pinching and struggling, but they're paying $1,800 a month and say, okay, well, I live in this big house. But that's all you got, know?
Right. And you broke at the end of the day.
Yeah. So what advice do you give those people? Do you tell them to just get a hustle or do you tell them to downsize, minimize, and then go back to that?
I would say downsize all day. Like, my 16-year-old moved to Philly with his dad. I downsized to a 1-bedroom because I know the next move that I'm making. It all depends on what's convenient for the person. If they got kids, like little kids, all that kind of stuff, and they need bedrooms, you still could downsize. But this is the thing, it's mindset again. Like, it's mindset, because it's like, I don't care if I had 2 kids. If I had to downgrade and go to a 1-bedroom, I'm going to do it because I know my level of grind and what I'm going to get in there and do and what the goal is and what I'm going to be focused on. So I think that question depends on the person. But I would say if she's there and she's like, she know that she's, you have to first be real with yourself and be like, yeah, this house is nice, but I can't afford it. I'm shit broke. Thanks. If she can do that, I don't care. Go rent an apartment. Turn the house into an Airbnb. Let her kids live comfortably off the money somebody paying for in the Airbnb, and go downsize an apartment or rent it out for an Airbnb for a month. Get that money. Make a move with that big check, because obviously she need a big bulk of money to make a move, right? It depends on the person and what they really trying to do, because and it's discipline. Because if she has that house and if she has that house and she love living like that and she broke, then she has that house not for herself but for other people. She trying to prove something to somebody. So it just depends on the person. But I would definitely say downgrade. I say downgrade, create a plan, and just take massive action and keep your feet on the gas. That's what I would say do.
And they can reach out to you to get like help map out a direction and a plan.
This money game is about strategy all day. This money game is about strategy all day. Like, I can talk. Nobody wants to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun.
And it's uncomfortable. Because you're talking about money or money that you don't have.
And broke people do not like to talk about money.
No.
One thing broke people don't want to do is talk about money.
Nobody wants to have this conversation.
Listen.
It's
Broke
crazier.
people
And
do not
even-
want to talk about money. I
but
swear to God.
You know how
It's
long
like
it
you
took me to
insulting
build an
them.
audience talking about money?
Yeah, it's
Because
crazy.
I had to make it fun, like, and just share my regular downfalls, like, because everybody go through it, but nobody's talking about it, right?
Thanks.
Nobody want to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Because you have to really deal
There's
with
some people out here that
reality.
qualify for PPP money that's too scared to get PPP money.
If you
And
talk
bitch,
about
you
me, just
qualify.
say that.
I'm like,
If
girl, you
talk
a whole
about me,
business.
just say that.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared. And a lot of people
Girl,
scared.
they scared. People are scared to have
Yeah,
money.
they are.
It's scared
And
to have
not
money.
only
It's
that,
okay, catch me
shout out
next
to the
year.
young people. I have noticed the young generation is starting off being mentally aware. First of all, educated of all things like history, whatever the case may be, but finance, and they are seeing their sisters who are our age and brothers who are struggling
millennials
and
is
are
doing good right
yeah,
now.
they're doing real good.
Nah, that
They-
ain't. That's not facts. That's not facts. If you looked up from the baby boomers, we are
Ain't you a
not.
millennial?
I am.
Why you
We're not
about to
making.
stand
We're
up?
not, I'm just speaking facts. From a millennium standpoint, compared to the baby boomers, we're not making more money than them.
But that's because more of us,
Statistically.
like, we are the generation of we just gonna do this shit ourselves.
Entrepreneurship,
And
I was-
a lot
and
of
I
our
also
money
said-
is unreported.
So,
I
yeah.
feel like too. So
Yeah, that's it.
Say that again. So that, yep.
a lot of
And
our money is
DIY.
And that's another thing
unreported.
that
I
I
feel like millennials got it good, though, because I'm not a millennial,
You're
but
We work
Generation
smarter.
X. You X?
we work
Yeah.
smarter.
I feel no, because I feel like millennials was like came in the game at the good time. Listen, it's easy. It's so fucking easy.
The information
to
age.
learn shit and
Information
dream
age.
fucking big. Like yo,
the information
where,
age.
where I had to come from, I had to like you have to unlearn shit in order to be open
The
to
generation curses.
opportunity to learn new shit. Like
Facts.
that's why like it's so easy for me to mold my 16-year-old. He's so young, like dreams so big, like
That's a
mine's so
fact.
crazy. But it's because you got to do it when you young. The millennials didn't know a lot of shit, so they didn't have to unlearn like older people.
I think too, like, cause I'm a millennial and I tell people this all the time. Like, we kind of got it good because we grew up with technology. So
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
lot of like kids now, like they grew up having
that's the
technology,
game
but
changer.
yeah, we
Yeah.
grew up with it. So we're the generation where we're used to looking through encyclopedias to write reports, but we're also able to go on Google and
Right.
yeah,
Britannica.
not a
No,
struggle.
Britannica.
Right,
You remember the
Somebody told me,
Yeah.
man. Somebody said,
That's
"Bro, I
true.
seen your paper
Britannica.
online, bro. That shit was good as fuck." I said, "Nigga, how the fuck you see my paper online?" And I didn't even write that motherfucker.
That's a fact. Or even going to
Yeah.
a library, it's a whole different ball game now.
Yeah, like the millennials, they like came in the game at a perfect time, like because it's less molding. It's
Right.
easier.
Right.
It's less molding.
So what's next for Faith Finance LLC? In the next, like, we're gonna say what, 5 years, 10 years, 5 and 10
I
years.
love to go.
So we
long.
got about like what 5 minutes left. So I have a quick question. I'm sorry.
You good.
But my quick question is real quick before I have pregnancy brain and I don't wanna forget. So I'm just trying to hurry up and get it out. But anyways, my question, I have 2 questions. One question is, what advice do you give a person who has a business and they're just sitting there and they just have it just to have? They're not moving. They're just like, well, I got a business, I own a business, but then what? What advice do you give them? You better answer that. I mean, both. I mean, all aspects.
I would say if you have a business, just promote it and put money into promoting it. Advertisements on Facebook, stuff like that, because the money that you put into that is a tax write-off, and that means that your income, wherever you're putting that money to from, they can't tax you for that. So that's
Right.
what I would say to do with it, but I'm sure you probably got
That's
a
good
million
advice.
other answers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a great idea. Facebook ads is everything. That's a dope idea. Long as you know who you targeting, they can get you a lot of leads that you have to convert essentially. I would say this. I have a private Facebook group called Mindset and Money Gang on Facebook. It's a private group, Mindset and Money Gang. You have to request to come in. I don't want nobody coming in a group if they're not willing to converse and all that kind of stuff. This is not a group where you come through seeing what everybody doing and all that. Like, we really helping each other get money. We really this, that. Like, this is a group where we really helping each other get shit done. Like, not all that motivated. We past being inspired. We past being motivated. Like,
And what kind?
I like
I
that.
was helping people
can
do
I
that
ask in what
5 years
context?
ago. Like, right now, this is about taking action. This is the best time in our lives as Black people to stop downplaying ourselves, get around people that's going to fill us up, and take massive action on our life because nobody's going to do it, and you keep scrolling, looking what everybody else is doing, and you wasting time. I would say join my Mindset and Money Gang group on Facebook because it's free, and I'm on there doing live broadcasting 3 days a week. I have hella digital products on my website. One right now that's jumping is called Business Finance 101. So it's a step-by-step ebook guide that I literally break down what you do from top to bottom. It was originally like $67. It's on sale right now for $27. And I got some bonus things on there of all the websites and the go-tos to start business credit as well. I would just say it's all about finding somebody that have the resources that you need, because if you have the idea that you have ain't shit if you sitting on it. And you don't need, people be thinking they need somebody to invest in them, or they be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I do this, or girl, I'm gonna wait till I have this baby, or I'm gonna wait.
Don't talk to me.
I'm gonna wait
Don't
till
talk
this.
to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's really the favorite
Yeah,
line though, right? It's just excuses. They not ready. But a lot of times, like, I didn't get as comfortable as I am into my career until, like, you got to go through some shit. So, like,
That's a fact.
that business,
Right.
that business, she got to really want it, because if she don't really want it, she's not going to say no to the date nights with the niggas that want to show her off because she got work to do, real work to do for her and her kids, right? You ain't going to say no to the brunches with the girls. Like, you keep getting your hair done every month, you ain't going nowhere. Like, get braids, leave that shit in for a little bit, and stack your bag and dip it into your business, stay out the stores. So the business got to really have a big why behind it in order for her to stay disciplined to get it to where it need to be. And then once she get the mindset, she can come on my website and get some digital products.
Hey, shameless plug.
Right.
Why you
Move with it.
Why you discriminating against the men though? Like, man, we need this. I know you with your women empowerment and shit. I know you got your women empowerment and shit. But we need this type of information too, man. Especially young niggas like myself that's interested.
Men do buy my planner.
So you ain't discriminating, right?
No,
All right,
men
bet.
could get their shit together too.
All right, so as long as we can tap in. I know because you said initially you said it's for women, and so I'm just making sure that
It's
us
a
men
child
can
support,
tap.
clearly a child support section in here. No, I'm just joking.
But it is though. But it is.
I ain't got no kids.
I love it. My baby daddy gonna need that.
I ain't got no kids.
Oh my God.
But if anybody want to have some kids so that we can get this that money she was talking about earlier though. Tap in.
You want somebody to put you on child support?
And my second
not
question
that
is,
child support money,
veering back
that's
off to the insurance question. It's a lot of people who do not know the difference, and not educated on. But please explain to our people and our viewers, what's the difference between term and whole life insurance?
That's a really great one. Okay.
She took you back to AD Banker. Exam Mac Facts. She put you back on
AD Banker.
She was AD Banker.
Silly. All right, so I said this earlier, right? It don't always, you don't always have to charge people money to share game, because this basic shit that people don't know.
At all.
It's very basic, but it will make such a huge difference. So term life is where you can do $10, $20, $25 to $30,000 max. If you have a term life policy and you do 15 years and you're 30 years old, it's only going to last you 15 years. You're going to outlive the policy, which means when you turn 45 years old, you will have no life insurance. When you turn 45 years old, you will have to start over fresh and start a new life insurance policy. And who knows what sicknesses or healths you will be in at 45, and you will definitely have a more expensive premium. You're like starting over fresh doing it the term
Is there any
life.
term life policies where you can pull from the face, like the face value, or do they grow
That's
interest?
the IUL, no.
No,
Term
no,
doesn't do that.
don't do
So
that.
whole life, that was term life. And also I want to give y'all a tip too. Term life, a 30-year fix is an awesome product to get covered on your mortgage. Term life, 30-year fix. Best shit I learned in life in 2018. It helped me build a lot of relationships.
Repeat that one more time.
Right.
Term life.
Term life, 30-year fixed policy, if you're going to get a 30-year fixed mortgage, it's the best shit I learned in life 2018 because I built relationship with realtors and they close houses all the time. And women are buying houses with their friends, with somebody they're dating, all this kind of shit, right? Or a guy in the military, all of this. So you sell the product by going, what if something happened? Who's the breadwinner in the house? If 99.9% of the time, he's the breadwinner. If something happened to the breadwinner, what you and all these babies going to do? Boom, it's sold. And again, it goes by age.
It's a breadwinner policy out there like that too. When the breadwinner die, you get a what's that policy called?
Is it the joint spouse?
The joint spouse policy. Yeah, if the breadwinner die,
you get all the money.
Yeah, the spouse will get the money.
And so that's the trick with the term life. And then especially new homeowners, I would recommend new homeowners, especially my single black women buying houses is awesome. It's a really dope thing, but they're really going to foreclosure real fast, as she said. Especially when you're single with children, you're a new homeowner. Get with me and get you a term policy if you want to get a 30-year fix. If you want to stay there 30 years, or if you don't, get a policy to lock in to cover that property because life happens. And COVID, you've seen that life happens. Right. It shouldn't be nothing else to say about that. Right. Far as the whole life policy, a whole life policy is not even nothing that we should be talking about amongst us because all of us are too young and we shouldn't even have whole life policies. Reason being, whole life policy is my go-to for typically your older population of people because they got a lot of stuff going on, health issues, all that, diabetes, cancer, different stuff, and they probably can't find coverage anywhere else. So that's the last go-to, minimum $20,000. Like, let's just get auntie something so we can bury her type situation.
Well, I have whole life solely because I had a stroke. So soon after that, we kind of just said, okay, I need to go ahead and get this to make sure my family is good because my other half of the family, like my son, my mom, and then now my dad has passed away. They have military, so they're all going to be buried by the military except for me.
So yeah, you have whole life probably because of health issues, you didn't have no choice, which is fine. But what I would recommend for your children, I would recommend getting each of them their own policy because they're worth so much more than what you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're healthy, they're young. You can leverage their policies to make huge things for you and them in your life. So some people have policies put their kids on, like, yeah, that's cool, but it ain't nothing. 10, 15,000, like, they young. Get them their own. At least 100 bands start out $30 a month.
When my son turns 18, he's good.
So
he's able to get some of that money.
So because you have whole life, I would just say open your children up some of their own policies. And then this is the thing with the death, even if you don't want to play with the cash value and invest and take something, you want to buy one of them a car, send them to college. I don't want all that debt in my son name. Like, send them to trade school, 5, 10 bands, take it out the life insurance policy. And then, like, with the death benefit, break it up to different kids. So when something happened to you, they all got money. They can put more to the table. Like, by the time something happened to you, you're going to need more than $20,000 to get buried.
Yeah. My roommate started driving motorcycles. His daddy told him, boy, you're going to make me a lot of money. No lie. He said, boy, you trying to make me a lot of money, ain't you? I swear to God. That's fucked up. But, man, they got policies out here on everything. Like, you can be my key employee.
Yeah,
like you can beat it. Like
they got animal
my
policies. That's one that's not talked about enough.
They ain't
too.
talked about. You can put I can put insurances on my best employee. Like I need to. If this nigga died, nigga, that nigga died, that nigga making me out my money.
It's
what
a
the
lot
fuck
of
I'ma
employers
do?
who you don't know that you have insurance with them, and it's money that's sitting there, and your family don't know that job has been holding on to that insurance money, and they don't know they can able to tap into that. So yeah, most definitely.
Because say like they real quick, like say like they own a restaurant, right? He's, okay, so say like he own a restaurant, that's his head chef. He can take out $1 million policy on his head chef. The head chef brings the cash flow through the company. He can he's covering his money. He's covering his life, what his kids eat. If the restaurant don't make no money, he can't feed his family. He's covering it through insurance. He's covering him.
That's a key employee.
And it's a write-off.
Come on now. Well, the gems that we have dropped today.
Right. Well, we definitely want to thank you for your time today. I have learned so much.
Thank y'all.
So much. But before we go, can you tell us one more time where they can find you on social media, Facebook, all your social media sites?
Okay, y'all can follow me on IG at I am Finance Muslima. I am Finance Muslima. IAM Finance and then Muslima MUSLIMAH. I'm on Facebook at I am Finance Muslima. I really don't be having cards and all that kind of stuff. Like I got so much on my website. You go to my website www.faithfamilyfinance.co. The business line is 704-396-3496, and we are on 436 East 36.
Well, dang. Right.
No fucking excuses.
Well, thank you so much for your time,
Thank
ladies.
y'all. I appreciate it. I had a nice time.
I
Thank
enjoyed
y'all.
you.
Yes.
Definitely enjoyed
Make sure
you.
y'all go cop that Mindset and
Mindset
Money
and
Game
Money Game.
Planner. 12-month financial planner. Get your money
Especially
right,
if you're on
brokies.
child support, you got to budget that shit.
It's mookie for me. Right.
Take
Because
your
they will
check.
take your shit anyway.
You really do.
Right.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
You feel me?
All right, so I guess we're going to go ahead and get into our sections. Because we got to go
Thank
ahead
y'all
and
so
end the
much
show.
for coming.
Thank y'all.
All right, so we're going to start with the birthdays for today. Only one birthday, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Janet
birthday.
Jackson. Damn, the punch got me slurring.
Is that bitch on Medicare yet?
She 55, so she should
She
be.
got 10 more years.
Yeah.
10 more years? Oh, yeah,
she's
65.
65,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
forgot. Shout out to you, Janet Jackson. You old now, girl. I remember when you was getting burnt on Good Times, but okay.
Oh, no, you didn't. And shout out to my cousin Damaris. Today's her birthday, too.
Shout out.
And
Happy
Mizzy,
birthday.
Mizzy Montana. Happy birthday, y'all.
My mama's birthday was Friday since we're giving out a shout out. Happy birthday, mama. Belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Mookie.
My son's birthday tomorrow, so
Oh, happy birthday,
son.
yeah.
A
Jesus.
whole lot of bullshit going on.
Right.
A whole lot of
Bull.
A whole lot of
Shit.
bullshit.
Bull.
Shit. That's
Yo.
a fact. Them Taurus is.
All right, so hot topics. First one, I just got to say this. My man's Lil Reese got shot again.
I know.
Again. He just can't stop getting shot.
Somebody said he's immortal.
Yeah, he is.
Somebody said that he hit the like the cheat code button on the video
On life,
game.
probably.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask y'all a
But you got
question.
extra lives.
Who street rep colder, his or 50 Cent's? Because 50 Cent got shot all 9 times at once.
Nah, Reese, because Reese got shot 9 the last time and then
Man,
got
I know
shot
a nigga
2
named
this
Dirty. I
time.
know a nigga named Dirty, man. Ain't nobody
No,
gonna ever,
yeah, he got that.
until I know a nigga that top Dirty, man. Dirty got shot like maybe about a total about like 40 times. 40 bullet holes in
He
his
was
body.
Swiss cheese, wasn't he?
He was Swiss cheese, bruh.
He said
Multiple
Swiss cheese.
times.
I
Niggas
didn't
emptied
mean
the
to
clip
laugh.
on this nigga and he still lived. Then he
Hey.
finally died.
Then he finally died. Oh
I'm
my
foul for
God.
laughing, I know.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame this past weekend.
About
His
time.
wife Vanessa gave a beautiful speech. She had Michael Jordan by her side.
He been in my Hall of Fame. I don't give a fuck what the fuck they talking about. He been in the Hall
R.I.P.
of Fame.
Kobe.
I hate
R.I.P.
that
We
nigga,
still
but
miss you
yeah,
down
he
here.
cold.
Potentially a Bow Wow and Lil Romeo versus. How y'all feel about that?
Bow Wow gonna win.
We're gonna have 6 songs
Lil
total.
Bow Wow.
It's gonna be a
You
total of
just
6
don't know.
songs.
You forgot. Let me hold you. That was my shit.
Our puppy love.
What's Lil Romeo gonna perform now?
I don't know none of his songs.
Right. ICDC College.
I don't know none of his songs.
I don't know. We're gonna see if that really come out. Jaden Smith, Will Smith, and what's the old buddy? Entanglement, Jada Pinkett's son. Their son Jaden is planning on opening a restaurant in Skid Row for the homeless people to eat for free. So giving them a place to always have food. I think that's a super dope
That's dope.
idea.
That's dope as fuck.
Definitely shout out to him for that. Like he's been doing amazing business ventures. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Like that's amazing. Let's see.
All of them kids being character though. Him and Willow always being characters. It's just like always on. But yeah, that's dope.
Why they all look alike though? Why they all look like I don't know, man. They
Said-
jeans funny.
That's
as
what
fuck.
happened when
Like
Jada
the
sit
copy
down
and
and
paste.
fuck one
They
person.
got funny, yeah. They got funny ass jeans. Timon, they got Timon. Like, shout out to all the guests in the building, man. Y'all think it's
Big
fuck,
facts.
Right. It's a little bit
We
too
got-
many
we
of
got
y'all.
big, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take it back to the George Floyd case. So unfortunately, the other 3 officers that were involved in that case, their trial has been pushed back.
Good.
It is good, yes. Their trial has been pushed back because their federal trial which is a violation of civil rights, has been moved up. So they pushed the other trial, which is a state trial, which was just aiding and abetting. They pushed that back into March of 2022 to allow for the federal trial to proceed.
So they could sit their ass down and get something.
And
in
then
the
charge
shower.
them again and then give them some more time. Yeah.
Whatever
Fuck
happens,
them niggas
happens.
here.
Right.
All of them, they beat y'all ass in that bitch. Same for you, Derek.
All right, so we're gonna take it back to the Ahmaud Arbery case. The defense attorney for the three guys accused, we're gonna say accused, even though we seen on camera that they did it, accused of killing him, has pleaded, and the judge has allowed for testimony to be introduced about Ahmaud's criminal history. So even though his criminal history had nothing to do with him being shot, they are going to allow that to be introduced into the trial and that to be taken into account when they make a verdict.
Which it shouldn't be, because they did not know his criminal history when they ran up on him.
Exactly.
When they ran him down, rather.
Exactly. Yeah. That's tough. So my last thing that I want to say, man,
Them niggas with the same shit Derek got.
Ellen DeGeneres is retiring in 2022 after 19 years on air. And her replacement for daytime TV will be Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, no.
Tiffany Haddish is going to have her own daytime show. She will replace Ellen DeGeneres.
Hey, it's a room full of black people and nobody said yes.
I like her. I think it'll be dope. I think
really
she's going
that-
to be funny. Like,
Not really that funny.
She's funny.
not funny.
Hey,
Y'all
bro,
see Car Ride?
yeah.
she's not
Y'all see-
funny, bro.
That shit was funny.
That shit was
Yeah,
good. It was like
Bro, when they
it was
blew
like
up
a
the car.
jackashes. It was jackashes than a motherfucker. Did y'all see Car Ride? It was Tiffany Haddish was like one of the key characters. It was jackashes than a motherfucker. It had a lot of gay scenes that I really want to fuck. I had to shut my eyes with some shit like I ain't watching this motherfucker scene. You feel me? You gotta like, this motherfucker still on? Man, that's some bullshit. Like, I'm gonna go text somebody real quick. But it had a lot of scenes like that. Like, nigga, but Tiffany Haddish played a decent role in that movie, man. She was funny as fuck. Man, shout out to Tiffany Haddish, but don't play her like that,
She
man.
gonna do
Give
her
out-
thing, but they
give
gonna
out to
try
the-
to
shout out
tame
to
her.
the
Mookie
black
needs
women,
the show,
Right.
not
They
Tiffany.
need to give Mookie a daytime
But
show.
they can't tame her though, G.
Have
They
him
gotta
do
let
some
her be
skits.
her.
They
can't-
gotta let
can't
Tiffany
sit-
be Tiffany,
If
yeah.
they let
Yeah.
Tiffany be Tiffany, it's gonna be dope. But
She
if
gotta
they
let-
goddamn tell
Try
her,
to box her
they
in.
try to box her in, Kevin, you feel me? She gonna sit there and then
If
she
they try
gonna
to
be
turn into
corny
Ellen
to us.
DeGeneres, if they try, oh yeah, shit.
Exactly,
If Tiffany
shit.
got to turn into Ellen, oh that's gonna be shitty as
You
fuck.
feel me? Let her be
No.
Tiffany. Let her
Tiffany's
rock
going to have
out.
her own show. She's just replacing Ellen's
Time
time
slot.
slot. Time slot, yeah.
Well, put it like this: let her be her. Let her ask the questions she
Yeah.
want to ask. Let her rock out and let her be goofy. And if they can't do that, then it's gonna be like, man, come on, G. You feel? We
Thanks.
gonna understand what they doing to her. You
Shout
dig?
out to Sleeves for saving my life earlier, though. My
On
nigga
game.
scooped me up like a ball on the football
Oh, most
field.
definitely, most definitely. Listen,
We out here.
I'm done, Mookie. What's the word of the
Most
day,
definitely,
man?
most definitely.
Man. Word of the day, man. This for all y'all niggas out here, man. I actually use this motherfucking word for real. And then after I used the word, I had to make sure this shit was a word. I'm like, man, because the motherfucker that did this shit was so off the chain, man. But I'm gonna give y'all the motherfucking definition, like I always do.
Was
And
you
then-
fucked up when you used the word?
Nah, I wasn't fucked up. I was fucked up. I was fucked up. But that don't mean shit. This nigga knew what the fuck he was doing, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the definition, man. So the word of the day, or the definition of the day, every time I do this shit, I always pull up on my motherfucking. What's up? How was y'all day, though? That's what comedians do when they
Hey, you
Fill
heard
it-
it.
fill in the
Niggas
space.
had to
Right.
get
All right,
picked
now,
up and
hey,
moved.
this is the definition, man. It's a person lacking intelligence or common sense.
Stupid. Lacking, you say lacking.
Lacking intelligence or common sense. What do you call this person?
A moron.
Omnipotent.
Incompetent and
Oh.
impotent. Those some y'all got some good words, but
Neanderthal.
nope.
A nigga.
It start with an N though. Nigga. You call this nigga a nincompoop.
A nincompoop. Oh, that's
And-
really the definition?
NINCOMPOOP.
Nincompoop.
But that ain't listen. Man, I call myself doing community service. You feel me? I'm gonna just over this helping out the motherfucking niggas at the tent city. He said, listen, man, I got a job interview. It's like 3 blocks down the street. If you can give me a ride, I really appreciate it. I said, listen, man, I ain't even headed that way. He like, man, listen, man, you can really save my life. I'm like, fuck it, nigga, talk me into this shit. All of a sudden, I let this nigga in my car, bruh. Nick come put in my shit, bro. Nick come put in my shit, man.
In there smelling
Yeah,
like
let that
ass.
out.
Bro, I
right?
say, bro, if you don't get the fuck out my car and walk to this motherfucking interview, bro, I had to, bro. This nigga disrespectful as fuck, bro. He already stank. This nigga gonna come pull my
Leaving
shit.
his trace.
Oh my God.
He leaving his scent and shit.
But yeah, that's the word of the day, bro. And he exactly what the motherfucker sound like too. What was the definition? A motherfucker that's what was it? Y'all ain't even remember, do you?
Lack of intelligence.
Yeah.
Lack of intelligence or common sense. He should have knew damn better than come in my car and fucking poop.
It's the poop for me. Poop. It's the poop.
Nigga, boo.
Nigga ain't even
Let's
hear
say
it.
kick
Nigga
that
ain't even
nigga
hear
food
this
off.
smell. Just say, bruh. That smell wasn't in my car. Nah. I know what you smell like, dog. That was the next time I said, man, there was some shit I ate earlier.
Okay.
Nick come put in my shit. Y'all can
Shy?
change that up, can y'all?
What, nincompoop?
I can't do that.
Let me see if I can do another one.
You ain't
I
seen my
can't.
cousin in them? Nah, who? Nigga poop.
My nigga poo.
My nigga. Okay, then,
No.
That's the only one. That's the only one. That's the only one.
Shout out to the punch.
Oh God.
I'm fucking weak. Shy, what's the blurt alert?
All right. So before I go into the blurt alert, I wasn't going to do this because it's been 2 weeks has passed, but it's still lingering and it's in my soul and my spirit to talk about what happened a couple of weeks ago. I just want to say this, that post that was made was very, very misleading because that's not the whole entire interview. If you can watch the interview from start to finish, and if y'all know what I'm talking about, it's the Stephen the Dream interview. He really didn't allow me to ask him the questions. He really didn't answer. He name dropped and he avoided a lot of questions and he kind of bragged on himself. So
Shit. I'm going to the
so
bathroom.
most definitely, we're all Noadvisory. The team is always in the building with him. You know me personally. You can, just like you said, we can have an opportunity to address shit. That was not an opportunity to address shit. That was just something to list your resume, which I'm, very proud for as a black man. But you didn't allow me to speak. So that's that on that. The second thing is, since we're dropping gems, since we're dropping gems today, veer off to something different. I just had to just touch on that. That another way to get your merch out, someone had hit me up and they were asking, y'all doing businesses and stuff like that. Can y'all talk about how to get my merch out? There's a way to do it without having to touch the actual fabric, textile. All you got to do is upload your image to merch.amazon.com. You can pick your shirts, the athletic wear, the sweatpants, whatever you want. They can print it on there and distribute it. You don't even have to touch it. So it's kind of like the concept of drop shipping. Go to merch.amazon.com.
Tap in with me if you're trying to get some athletic wear for sure. Fire athletic wear on the way.
I'm excited for that. Can't wait to see that. Also, and Mookie definitely has his brand out as well that I'm excited, and I can't wait to put my fat ass in his shorts.
They coming. I got trader sizes coming. So everybody out there with size 4X, I got y'all coming soon. But and I got pink too for the girls too. Yeah, so it's coming. Hey, back on the bird.
And the last thing is for my blurred to get a little science going. And I want to ask you all, because y'all are men, and that's the reason why I asked Darius to sit here. I have a question. So, what if, I don't want y'all to die, but what if y'all pass away and your mom or the person that you were living with wants to take the sperm from you and, plant it into another person's, egg and have a surrogate hold your baby, but you're dead, but they just want to have a piece of you after you die? Would y'all be okay with that and consent to that?
I already got kids.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I need all of me's I ain't got to pay no child support. Shit. Playing as many as you can on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Take as many of them.
No, I already got kids. I started that job myself, so shit, you shouldn't even have to do all that. But
Man, shit, I'ma just shut Nemo out because his ass finna be 11. Fuck you talking about? So shit, he can have his goddamn self after I'm gone. You hear me? Fuck you talking about?
it's on you.
Know what time it
So
is.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't consent to it. You would like, nah, don't do that.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be because I ain't gonna be here. But shit, my son got listen. If they want him that bad, he got a few more years. That nigga, he got a few more years. You can pop him out. Fuck it.
Why do it though?
I consent though.
Well, the reason why I ask is because it's a lot of, on the aspect of, science with the blurred, it's a lot of mothers who are still mourning their children who are requesting doctors to take the sperm from their child before they lay them to rest. So they're just doing it because she wants to have a piece of him. She's not really ready to let go. And she wants from her child.
Listen, or they can just go make another one.
But
I ain't
some
trying
of
to
them
sound
are
like-
older. They can't
but
make
shit,
any.
so, yeah, you right,
So,
my bad.
she's just like, I
It's
just
the
want.
punch. It's
So
the punch. My bad. It's the punch.
it's literally a woman carrying someone else's child, using her egg to carry the woman's son's baby, and the mom is like funding everything, and she's paying for
See,
everything.
the surrogate shit, I ain't really on that shit for real. Like, I don't, like, put my nut in you. You feel me?
Right.
Who you nutting? Y'all didn't say nothing about nothing in nobody?
We talking about nothing. We talking about, they talking
All
about,
right,
we ain't
never
talking about
mind.
nothing in
Ignore
nobody. They talking about extracting my nut and putting it in. So I ain't.
So Sid, what I was
Hold
asking.
on, wait, because I'm nasty. What you about to ask?
No, it's nothing crazy.
All
It was
right.
just like a science aspect of the blurred segment is a mother particularly has got the sperm from her son, and she has placed the sperm into a surrogate, and he's
That's
dead.
disgusting.
And he's dead. So
The
her
son is dead?
The son is dead. So she still
He
wants
must
that.
have been fresh dead.
Yeah, you got to be fresh dead in order to get.
I mean, because the sperm ain't going to live after too long.
Yeah, it had to be fresh. It was fresh. So she was like, how some
So
people
was
take
she
the
trying
heart.
to recreate her
Some
son?
people have.
She couldn't just go fuck her baby daddy again?
But she's a
I'm
little
so
older,
confused.
so
What
she
if
can't
she-
have
what if she- what if-
kids.
I thought
She
you
can't
took
make
me
another
with a-
child.
with a-
She could
husband.
have her baby daddy fuck the surrogate and make another one. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, what would
just want a part
possess
of
you
her
in your
son.
mind to take
Exactly.
your
What
son's
is the
sperm
motive?
to
Why?
put
Because
into a surrogate? Like, that's some freaky
gonna
deaky
have the
shit.
mama blood in him.
That's gonna
and
be
the
your
daddy.
son, grandson,
but if the daddy
nephew.
just smack off, then the mama ain't got no, like, you feel me?
I'm
That's
so
the daddy.
confused.
Look, that's the daddy kid. You
Yeah.
look, so the mama trying to have her genes in the jet too. So
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
I mean, but
Yeah.
technically, she still would because it would be a product of her son. It would still have a mitochondria.
But it won't be have a
DNA.
product of her
Daddy-
either.
if the
But
daddy-
it will
you
have
gotta
no
think,
condition.
Use the nut.
But yeah.
All right,
So,
I'm done.
but
No
yeah, that's
more nuts,
basically.
though. That's nasty. Don't do that to your kids. That's weird.
He
That's some
said
white people
no
shit.
he
ain't
already
it?
has kids. He said he don't care because he's gone.
I'm
He
telling
don't
you,
gotta pay child support.
I don't know if I'm the son. Nah, my mom not doing that shit to me. But my wife.
Facts. Nah.
It's
leave me
different
alone.
from your wife and
Leave
your
me
mama
alone.
though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's going on right now, and that concludes the blurred alert.
Motherfucking Noadvisory podcast, bro. I
Oh,
love
wow.
this shit, bro. Niggas be in here talking about any and everything. We had knowledge come through today.
facts.
We had celebrities
Culture.
come through today. Like, today was lit, bro. For sure,
What you
for
been
sure.
about today?
So, I don't even have nothing to vent about, bro.
Yes,
For
you
real,
do.
for real. I don't.
Why the fuck they shoot up out the mud? I'm still on that. Like,
Hey,
Listen, and when
I'm still on that shit. Like, what the fuck?
let's take a vote. We got a couple minutes left.
What's
if,
the vote?
If people get to shooting, hey, is you grabbing your phone or that chicken plate?
Bro, fuck you. Hold on, wait. Let's
Listen,
get
if
the
it was-
backstory.
listen, I was a
This
nigga
is
in the back
literally
and saw a
me when
nigga go
niggas
down.
was shooting.
And I
This is
saw
why
people's
we got
decisions. And niggas,
I seen a to-go box of chicken wings, and I seen my phone, and I hear the shooting. I'm like, I know these niggas not shooting. And I'm like, damn, niggas shooting. And I'm like, oh, let's go. Had to think about it though. Them wings.
I would have grabbed both.
So you
That's what
left
got
the
two
wings.
hands for. You got two
Unfortunately,
hands.
yes.
You got two
But the
hands
wings
for a
was
reason. You
blessed.
could have grabbed both of them motherfuckers.
The wings was
Then
blessing.
die.
It was my life for the wings at that point.
Nah.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. That's crazy though.
So is that no advisory for the day?
It is no advisor for the date. It's a wrap.
We out.
Rap,
It's your
rap.
girl Trap said.
It's your boy Mookie Mature, rockstar comedian in the motherfucking world. Not just the city.
But the world.
Your favorite, kinfolk, plain and simple.
And I am Shar, Chocolate Diamond, Queen of the Knee Lick Nation.
And we out.
Bang.
Bang.